Hello and welcome, chat. I do apologise for the late delay. Yeah, we're just getting a short out anyway on the socials. Don't be worrying, you haven't missed anything in terms of the first 12 minutes of this game. And yes, if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But chat, massive thank you, Jack. Not on at the minute, mate. Not on at the minute, bud. I do apologise for the slight delay. Just getting a short out. It's 2026 and James Rodriguez is still getting a game. Not too bad indeed. But chat, how are we? Is that updated? I'll update that in a little second. So yeah, chat, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button and it's comfortable save for Cobalt. Anyway. But yeah, chat, how are we? Would be good if I actually put my glasses on. But chat, how are we? I said, you are new. Obviously, just getting a short out there. The Egypt-Argentina game, you probably got your notifications, but you haven't. Go and check that video out anyway on all socials. If you watch on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, or TikTok, give us a follow. Just search Anfield Road TV on all social media platforms, and you'll find us. But yeah, Rodriguez, ball onto the penalty box. Make sure that's up to date there in terms of the ticker. Yeah, there we go, chat. Apologies. Right. So, yeah. Colombia. Defending this now. Switzerland piling men forward. So, Ridder with a ball in here. Endoy, the Forest man, in the penalty box. Ball into the mixer. Cleared. Man, Colombia backline. Obviously, you got Sanchez, former Tottenham man. Obviously, Liverpool played against him last season, as Liverpool did face Galatasaray. Couple of familiar names as well, chat. I could quickly go through the Colombia team. Vargas Munoz, obviously the Palace fullback, who's had, again, another tremendous season last year. Sanchez, Lemechi, Mujek as well. Arias, Lerma, Pazeta, Rodriguez, James Rodriguez, that is. Suarez and Luis Diaz. We know all about Lucho, don't we? So, yeah, obviously, if Colombia can get through, that will be certainly one of the ties of the quarter-final stages anyway. South America fixture. That has been very spicy. Back heel by Suarez. Counter-attack here. Luis Diaz couldn't quite get on the end of that. And for Switzerland, you've got Cobalt, you've got Zakaria playing right back. Elvedi, Akanji, Rodriguez, Frawley, Granit Xhaka, Shahir, Ryder, Embolo, and Endoy as well. So, chat, let's get to where your comments. Do apologise. That's a nice one there, Mark. No, it wasn't, chat. Behave. Hey, there'll be a day wearing bold. Chat, so, yeah. Appreciate to hear when I've got it anyway. But yeah, how are we, Matthias? Apologies, chat, for the delay. So yeah, Matthias, he's had a tremendous. I think obviously you've got the Bayern Munich forward line over the last 12 months was very good. Obviously, Elise for France has been great in this tournament. Diaz in the build up, obviously for Bayern Munich, but certainly if anyone's watched Lucho over the last year or so for the international stage, he's been there. Beacon of hope, anyway, of real quality, really driving this Colombia side forward. And then obviously Harry Kane for England, so yeah, Bayern Munich's forward line's not too bad, is it? But as you said there, Matthias, I think it was the right time to sell him, but I think obviously hindsight's great, considering obviously how poor Liverpool were last year. I think Liverpool could really do with his quality, but I think you look at his age, was it Lucho now, 28, 29? It made good financial sense in a sense to sound. If you can replace Lucho for 80 odd million, then do it. But it was the fact that Liverpool were really poor down that left hand side. But yeah, what a footballer, man. And obviously Premier League winner at Liverpool, of course. And won a couple of the domestic trophies along the way as well. So we loved him. He's a lad that just puts absolutely everything on the line, really, for club and country, Lucho. And that's all you can ask for as any player. Yeah, as you said there. What's the season? Yeah, he's just had a good season, Mateus, hasn't he? But yeah. Yeah, but Mateus, obviously, we had a crystal ball, mate. We could have prejudged that, but I don't think we could have, mate. Could we? Yeah. He wanted more money, though, chat. I think he was on rumoured reported at the time. He was one of Liverpool's lowest earners within the squad. And, of course, I think probably rightly so. He's probably getting paid 200, probably 250. I'm not too sure on that chat. But, yeah, probably north of 200 odd grand at Bayern Munich. And fair play to the lad if he is, because he's a great footballer. But yeah, but Diaz once again. Yeah, big up there still. Apologies, chat. If you haven't checked out, I was doing a short on the channel and on the socials. So yeah, because I thought this game was kicking off quite clearly. Hence why I wasn't ready fully. I thought the game was kicking off at quarter past 9. Clearly not. So, Paul, how are we, mates? Luis Diaz, he's from Barracas. How are we, Paul? Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, the same with Jan Sommer. Yeah, they've had some good goalkeepers down the years, haven't they? Jan Sommer, Kobel. Good goalkeepers. Happy days there, Paul. Switzerland at the back there. Long searching ball by Kobel. Yeah, nice one there, Paul. Hope you are, bud. Just catching up with all the chat messages, everyone, so I'm sure get through all of them. The best sound. Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a mad one, that Mateus, wasn't it? I think, obviously, Sunderland fans at the beginning of the week were going a bit berserk, but good to see Granite staying at Sunderland, in all honesty. I think that was just a bit of proper, what you call, paper talk. Not too much in it, but a lot of speculation. But he's reaffirmed his commitment to Sunderland, which you want to be seeing if you are a Sunderland fan. Munoz. It's weird, isn't it? Munoz. But yeah. It's going to be great when we play Palace, innit? 2 Munozes on the pitch. Little give and go. Diaz. Puertos. Big save by Kobel. Putting it out for a corner. But I tell you what, that's what they do so well. Colombia. Such great technical footballers. And they're just at you. Nibbling at your feet. Going, I'll have a bit of that. And just whip that round the corner. Couldn't quite bend that into the top right corner there. Puerta. Yeah. He'll probably get a little bumper deal in his contract, but cleared at the... Yeah, they'll get like a little bumper in his pay packet and say it in Sunderland will, just to keep him happy. Because certainly Chelsea probably would have dangled an extra bit of dough in front of him and said, yeah, do you want to join? But, yeah, little weird with his agents. Big up there, this stout. I don't know, isn't it? Obviously on the watch long chat, I felt it was a bit... I haven't seen... Apologies, yes, I haven't seen the other replays after the game, but... Yeah, it was a good game to watch and commentate on it, though. But bit of a mad one, wasn't it? One of the sad way to see Egypt just run out of steam at the end of the game, but I think we all anticipated that. But yeah, I haven't seen chat another angle on that. Was it the foul, possible foul? Because obviously Egypt had a goal disallowed, didn't they? And then that free kick was like, it's mad. It's absolutely crazy though. Football like. But yeah, so I'll have to check it out anyway. But I'm pretty sure like But yeah, I've just done a short there. Just anyway, if you can check that out, do drop a like on that, everyone, if you can do. But I'm sure it's actually gone out. Yeah, it's gone out. So a drinks break here, chat. Not too bad. But yeah, certainly in terms when you look at the start for both teams, how could you go through the statistics as well? 23 minutes into the game. Obviously, we did start. Well, I did start a bit late here tonight, so apologies on that, chat. So 42% possession so far in the first quarter. Sounds like an NFL game. So 42% possession to Switzerland, to Colombia's 58 anyway. No shots on target at present. For Switzerland's 0 total shots for them, 0 shots on target, 0 touches in the opposition penalty area. So very, very quiet from them. And obviously, Colombia, 58% possession, XG of 0.10. Total shots for Colombia so far, 2, with 1 shot on target. And obviously, Putera, obviously, on the 21st minute, on the edge of the box, producing a very fine save from Kobel. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper, very experienced. As are the Switzerland side, just got a lot of European pedigree in terms of their big 5 leagues. Of course, you look at Rodriguez being a very consistent player throughout all the World Cups for them. Obviously, I think he's playing in La Liga as well. I think it's for Real Betis now. Obviously, former AC Milan, former Wolfsburg fullback as well. So he's been a very experienced player, and certainly does provide a lot of experience. That's Switzerland, if they are wanting to get into the latter stages of this competition, certainly a lot of experience that they need to lean on as well. So Kobel, obviously Zakaria, Monaco. He's more of a defensive-minded midfielder, but obviously at the minute of what I'm looking at, I think he's setting up in that right-back position for them. Has done on a couple of occasions so far in this tournament. But a big physical presence for Switzerland and Monaco when he does play. And everyone knows about Akanji and how good he is. Obviously Dortmund, Manchester City, and obviously did play very heavily for Inter Milan last season. Jassari, I don't know too much about him though, Chas. Obviously Switzerland number 14. So a quick look. Who's he play for? Guessing is it the Switzerland League? Swiss League? Oh, AC Milan. Oh, what's that? How many games he played? Oh, only 17 games for AC Milan last season. From Club Brugge, fair enough. 23, so got a good future ahead of him. Maybe he gets more game time. Certainly does need more game time than that anyway. And obviously Arias, Palmeiras midfielder for Colombia. Well, Suarez though, chaff for Sporting Lisbon. Quickly checking, but I'm pretty sure he had a very good campaign last year, and he did obviously 53 games for Sporting last year. Colombia's number 9. Forward. Playing in that number 9 position. Obviously 53 games played, 38 goals, 8 assists in the Portuguese league last season. So certainly going a long way of replacing the output, of course, of Victor Gyökeres going to Arsenal last season. Zakaria and ball in, cleared by Colombia. Tell you what, he done well there. The big lad from Monaco. Next, didn't have too much pressure on the ball line. He was just allowed to stroll into the penalty on the edge of the penalty box there. Nearly found a fantastic ball into the box. But Colombia just had everyone back there, throw there. And Bolo. So obviously, Luis Suarez was at Almeria the year before last. 43 games played, 31 goals, 8 assists. So an interesting forward. He's a late bloomer in terms of European football, 28-year-old forward. So you do see that with some forwards really kicking on the latter stages of their career, starting to actually. But it's all about being in the right place at the right time, in the right system, and certainly when you are going to bigger and better teams as a forward, just certainly the goals will flow a lot more freer compared to other previous teams you're at. Reader couldn't quite get that ball through there. Save! Colombia just getting that away. I tell you what, Vargas with a big hand there. It fell kindly for Enjoy, the Forest forward, and Vargas will be happy to collect that. And certainly a lot more of a better respite for that Colombian defence. Just broke through here and far too easy for Switzerland. Yeah. Ryder there. Just bobbled into that forward position for Switzerland. Ricocheting off one of the defenders, but yeah. Huge let off for Colombia at the back. Yeah, nice one there, chat. Good to see the community building as well. Mine's up, chat. So much appreciated, everyone. You're just having a natter with each other. A gander. But yeah, as they're still saying there, just saying 17 seconds is just a bit mad, isn't it? But crazy, man. And obviously, if you're wondering what they're speaking about, obviously the Argentina, Switzerland, the Argentina Egypt game where they disallowed Egypt's goal and went back 17, 18 seconds to disallow it. Endoy inside the penalty box. Vargas collected that in the Colombia goal. Keeping hold of that now, and that's been a couple of occasions now over the course of the last 2 minutes. It's been too easy for Switzerland to go down the right-hand side of Colombia's defence. The lads up the top need to keep hold of the ball much better than they are currently doing. Luis Suarez trying to anticipate that much better. Stefan Henshaw. Yeah. Shaqiri for that crossed out chat. For that is the assist in the Barca game to Virginia Wijnaldum. James Rodriguez. Diaz inside the penalty box. Diaz couldn't quite get the right finish on that. Switzerland getting all the way back into position. Just need to keep on moving it around the pitch. And he's gone down there under a bit of pressure. Luis Diaz. I don't think it was too much of it. Obviously, two lads that will know a lot about each other. Both of them playing in the Bundesliga. Lucho Diaz, and I think it was Elvedi, sorry. Yeah, playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bit of space here for Switzerland. We can get the ball moving. Gonna Xhaka. I'm a bit surprised that we got Rodriguez going forward as much as he has today, chap, but clearly seen a weakness in that Colombia setup. Rodriguez, ball forward. Not the greatest of crosses there, but Zakaria. Yeah. Big Shaq, and if you're wondering where Shaqiri is for this tournament, chat, he did retire 2 seasons ago from international football. I was wondering that at the beginning of this tournament. I was like, well, hang on, chat. I'll send to you, where is he? But yeah, he retired two seasons back. I think it was after the Euros. But obviously, if he was not retired, then he would have been injured coming into this tournament anyway. Obviously, he did win the league title. I think it was the season before last for Basel when he did return. Endoy. And that was a great challenge by Sanchez. Great tackle. But yeah, Shaqiri, when he went back home to Basel, had an outstanding season the year before last. I think it was, yeah. When he won the league, anyway. When he went back there. But yeah, he's. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen the video of him, but I'm pretty sure he's probably certainly in the stands. Shaqiri somewhere. Oh, what a ball! Munoz for Colombia. And he was just about offside, but that was an exquisite ball in behind Switzerland's backline from James Rodriguez, rolling back the years. Mad to actually think that he played for the Ev, but whatever. No, him and Carlo Ancelotti, I think they were like, what are we doing here? But yeah, a mad parallel universe we live in. Mad universe, anyway, but. Long searching ball for Switzerland, and Bolo hasn't quite kept all the possession at the minute. He needs to do much better to try and get Switzerland on the pitch. Arias. Little give and go. Arias. Oh, he's done well there. Oh, just let the final ball. Final ball there. Just couldn't quite get that through. Evening, Hannah. Evening, chat. Yeah. But it's up to the next generation of Switzerland players, really, to pick up the mantle left by Shaqiri, really. I think we all remember, was it last, no, not last World Cup at Qatar, but I think it was the one before. I think it was one of them anyway, where he scored some absolute outrageous overhead kick, didn't he? I think it might have been when he was at Bayern Munich anyway, at the time when he was playing for Bayern Munich. But Shaqiri, bit like Rodriguez for Switzerland, part of the furniture, really. Every time they'd go to a big tournament, just expected them to just turn up and be there. Diaz, but Charlie, obviously, this is the final, quarter-final tie. James Rodriguez to Luis Diaz, Suarez. Oh, couldn't quite get the right connection on that. Good defender by Switzerland, just doing enough. Munoz. Suarez. Oh, Diaz trying to do an overhead kick. Oh, and that's the Colombian fullback absolutely livid. How's he got a corner out of that? Fair play to the Munoz there, not letting that ball drop. But Diaz was, speaking of overhead kicks from Shaqiri, Diaz tried to do one there, but fair play to Zakaria, just about getting a connection on that, because he was getting ready to do one. Yeah, no good, Matthias. We're going to be doing a show later tonight, or certainly in the morning as well, chat. Obviously, a bit of news on Liverpool. Oh, yeah, it's mad, isn't it, chat? Do you reckon we'll have that, though, chat? Obviously, VAR overturning corners. I think did that get implemented like January or something? Obviously, but again, that would, like, the speed of it in the World Cup, it's good straight away, but you'd think that happened in the Premier League, it'd probably take them half an hour and have to make a cup of tea and all that. But if it was implemented properly in the Premier League, it would be interesting. Yeah, all good, Matthias. As long as it's football and Liverpool related, mate. Or just football related, mainly. All good. Yeah, Mark. Not a big fan on that, mate. Yeah, I suppose the less VAR interruption in all the Premier League games. Chat will be doing they've released the fixtures for the Premier League, chat, so we can actually get them scheduled in now for the Liverpool games. I think obviously majority of them are on telly, so which would be good. So I'll get them scheduled in, chat. So because we actually do have a date properly and a time now, so they'll be getting planned on the channel. I haven't seen too much of him there, Matthias. If he's a lad from Ajax, he must have some very good technical abilities as a footballer, so. John. How are we, lad? Yeah. Think positive, John. Think for all of us going to the new season. Would be nice. we can maybe get one or two, probably more than one or two transfers in as well. But I think obviously that was going to be on the criteria for either a show tonight or mainly tomorrow morning as well. Obviously, if you've missed all the images, but if you follow Liverpool's social media accounts today, obviously Andoni, pictures of obviously Andoni with Harvey Elliott and the Liverpool team. Looks good. Everyone's smiling, so that's the main thing. Munoz for Colombia, born to the box, dummy from... There's Luis Suarez trying to dummy that for Lucho behind him. Certainly did get a good shout. But again, first time you've actually got properly forward where you've got the full-backs and the wingers. Yeah, it's a good shout by Diaz. Thought he did. I'll say the form Luis Suarez is in. USA, Mark. I think it's in New York. Is it Mississippi? We're in America anyway. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, tonight scouts certainly goes quick when we've when we don't start 15 minutes late. Yeah, tonight though, chat. Got an excuse. I was doing more content for yous anyway, doing a match reaction, so let me off. But yeah, certainly does help when you miss out 15 minutes chance for yous as well. But yeah, it's same as the game that we've all watched as well. Bit of a strange game in all honesty. I think off the back of what we witnessed before in terms of the Argentina-Egypt game, obviously that second half certainly did come to life, didn't it? So hopefully this game does do that as well. A bit refreshing after what we all had to sit through that Portugal game, though, chat. Unlucky for anyone that did that to watch that game if you were just watching as a neutral, but thankfully we got a winner before the extra time kicked in anyway. Because I don't think any of us could be dealing with watching Ronaldo anymore. Yeah, I was having my hydration break, chat. There we go. It's a good excuse, that, Mark. Great one, that. Might use that for the Premier League as well, even when there's not one. Yeah, Sunderland, Wrexham. Oh, yeah. So, if you are a Red, if you're an American Red or wherever, certainly if you, especially if you're from the UK and you're going over to watch Liverpool in those cities as well, be amazing. So, certainly enjoy that, everyone. But yeah, we'll be covering that though as well. Obviously, we'll be doing the watch along for the Como game as well. And Doi, he's appealing with the referee. 3 minutes added on there, chat. So that'll look. Yeah, Munoz. Bit naughty that. Harry Kane, as we said in the last game. It's a Harry Kane foul, that. You call that. Backing into your defender, the attacker just off balancing him. Granit Xhaka on the free kick. 2 minutes left of the extra time added on. Rodriguez. Not too happy with his teammates. Having to battle there after a needless bit of pressure of putting them under anyway, but all the way to Cobalt. Yeah, a minute left here, chat. Don't think there'll be a goal before half time. And there's a Colombia player down. What's happened there? Didn't see anything when we were watching it. Mallorca. Looks like Liam wasn't. Oh, get up, Lowell. No one touched you there. Majika. Ball forward here to Diaz for chase. Alvetti all the way back to his goalkeeper. And that is half time there, chat. No goals as of yet. A long way to go anyway for both sides. But certainly, as we've seen in the last game, the game for Egypt and Argentina come to life, especially in the second half for Argentina. But chat, yeah, thoughts on the first 45-minute period? Just looking at the overall statistics of the game as of yet at the minute. In terms of the key one, of course, the scoreline, 0-0. But in terms of possession-wise, very evenly balanced. 49% for Switzerland and 51% for Colombia. 2 total shots for Switzerland to Colombia's 5. 2 shots on target for Switzerland and only 1 on target for Colombia. So Switzerland couldn't have done, of course, what Egypt done in the last game. It was very, very clinical, the Pharaohs as well. So, yeah, going forward, being very limited, especially Switzerland, Colombia as well. When you've got in and around the penalty box, Colombia just missing that real bit of quality as well. They'll be hoping to get Luis Suarez and Luis Diaz as well. Feels mad saying Luis Suarez, thinking about Luis Suarez in terms of Uruguay and Liverpool, but yeah, it's going to be a fascinating game. Just looking at the bench as well for both sides. Of course, you've got obviously the one of the players of the tournament in terms of the impact in which he's had. For me personally, is he on the bench for Switzerland today? Is he? No, he's on the bench. Where is he? That's him being absolutely blind. I think, yeah. Or is he? Where is he? Yeah, he's injured. Sorry there, chat. Yeah, Mozambique. It looks like, says he's going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks. But yeah, Mozambique. He's certainly been one of my... I know everyone's raving about Mora, obviously the Mexican player, but... the youngster, but Manzambi, chats, he's a lad with a lot of quality. As we spoke about at the beginning of the World Cup when we done the Switzerland watch-alongs, he's a lad that I think he's been linked recently with Newcastle United, but I think there's been a fee of like 40-50 million, but I think even if Newcastle do sign him, I think they're getting a fantastic footballer. And I think he's got all the attributes to really thrive in the Premier League physically and technically as well. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good sign if he is to be signed by Newcastle at the end of this World Cup campaign as well. So, yeah, he's going to be a big miss for them. Not having him on the bench. You're looking at Vargas, Okafor as well. Some names that you are a bit familiar. Obviously, the Leeds man, Okafor, signed from the Bundesliga, and obviously Vargas from Sevilla now. When did he play for us? Yeah, he played many games in the Bundesliga for Augsburg as well. So, yeah, you need... It's going to be one of them, really. When you're looking at Colombia, in terms of Luis Diaz's quality and overall sense as well, it's going to be small margins, I do think. Teams coming off the back of this game, I think it will be a bit like the Portugal game, a game where it's just won by 1 goal or 2. But yeah, 2 teams that haven't really showcased their quality so far. But at the end of the day, when you're getting into the last 16, last quarterfinals as well after tonight, then it's just about getting into the next round rather than performance levels. Obviously, you can speak about performance levels when you're in the final or semi-final where you need it, but just getting over the line, really. But they'll certainly need to, for both teams, if they are playing against Argentina, will certainly need to be massively improving the performance level, and which we have seen this afternoon as well. So yeah, there's a couple of changes for them. Looking at the bench for Colombia, as we mentioned, you got Rios, obviously, plays in the Portuguese league as well. I think is it Porto? No, Benfica, sorry. Obviously, the Benfica midfielder. But yeah, it's not many options for either side, really, from what I'm looking at. Quintero, obviously River Plate, obviously he's 33 years old, but the last World Cup, when he's played in South America, in the Copa America as well for Colombia, he's been an interesting player that has really impacted a lot of their games anyway. He's 33 now, he has gone on a bit, he's a bit older now and hasn't quite got that pace that he did have when he was a bit more younger. Quinteros, but yeah, it's going to be fascinating in terms of what happens in the second half. But yeah, let's get to all your comments as well. Absolute legends. Who do you think will win this game? You putting your chips on Switzerland or Colombia, really? Yeah, Wrexham. I mean, yeah. Well, it's just a bit of a mad story, that Wrexham, innit? Very well run, in all honesty, but they've got big financial backing, haven't they, Wrexham? If you've not seen, I'm guessing a lot of you have seen the Wrexham documentary on Disney Plus anyway. Yeah, it's a great documentary. Ryan Reynolds and the other fella as well. You've done well, but what they have done when they've bought the club, you've got the right people in charge. I think their sporting director wasn't necessarily a big sporting director fella coming across on the documentary, but he seems to have hit the ground running. He's come into a position at the club at like Wrexham and he's done well. So yeah, it is a fascinating journey that they've been on, Wrexham. But yeah, it would have been mad if they got another promotion off the back of, was it 4 or 5 promotions in like 4 or 5 years? It's a mad journey, but certainly you've got a big financial backing, and certainly as you go into the championship for the second championship season, obviously you've got big aspirations and they'll be wanting to get in the Premier League, and I think they will eventually in the next year or so. But yeah, never seen. It's a good watch, Mark. If you got a bit of free time, chat, it is a good watch. It's funny as well. It's not all serious, which is good. Blockbuster. That's what name it is as well. Any match day, can't expect 2 of these each day. Yeah, so yes, we can't be greedy. Staring the pot again. What's this one? Apparently, what's this, Mateus? Apparently they haven't given up the idea as well. Yeah, so no, it's they'll of course be wanting to drill in more interest as well, but yeah, player of big up there, Scout, South. Big up there, Scout. How are we, lad? Nice one for tuning in, bud. Much appreciated. As I said, as Mark said there, the Discord link is there, so if you want to be joining that chat, obviously for the latest updates, and obviously if you are wanting to get involved in the shows as well, don't necessarily have to have a YouTube channel or whatnot. But especially the post-match shows, we'll be putting the link in there as well. And if anyone wants to get involved, you can do. Obviously, you have to be over 18 to join the Discord, most importantly as well, chat. So, yeah, if you're not, unlucky, you won't be allowed in. So, chat, let's get to Mateus' comments, Curtis Jones. Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating one. It wouldn't surprise me if Mateus, in all honesty, chat, does sign a new contract. I do think he will sign a new contract at Liverpool. He's a boiled Liverpool fan, Scouser through and through. He bleeds red. He loves this football club. He personally probably doesn't want to go, but I think it just got that toxic. Not just for Curtis, but a lot of Liverpool players at the end of last season. That I think he'll be one of the more happier players, a bit like Harvey Elliott. Everyone's smiling on the pitches today, and it's good. The feel-good atmosphere is back at Liverpool, and we certainly did need that. for every single, not just the players, but for everyone at the club and the fans as well, all of us. It needed a big boost of confidence going to the new season. Like it was mad. People going the ground like not enjoying games of football, and that's mad. Like as a supporter, it doesn't matter if you're a Liverpool supporter as well, but yeah, you need to be enjoying going the ground, and that's why it's vitally important for the new players. They need to kick on next year, and actually. Yeah, they've got no more excuse now. They can't get Andoni Iraola sacked. We don't want to be put in a position where it's up to the players now. New managers come in, Arne's gone, so yeah, the job is in hand. You need to work hard, work, and work even more in pre-season and go again. And yeah, we certainly can't be letting Arteta win another second Premier League title. Certainly not. Hopefully not. Colombia is a better team as well for Mateus. We need a Colombian player again. It would be. If we need a Colombian player to get at Liverpool, then it would be better for the win as well. Pity in Zambia is not available today. Even bigger pity that he's gone. Yeah, seeing that, mate. Yeah, I say he's been one of my probably players at home, and probably a lot of people of you have watched Switzerland or the World Cup so far. Yeah, he is. Obviously, them. Yeah, I think if he does go to Manzambi, does go to Newcastle, I think they'll have a very, very good football in their hands anyway. And certainly Bazunu Torre, and you never know, maybe 12 months down the line, if he has a good impact, a big impact at Newcastle, then it's alright. Newcastle are our feeder club, aren't they? So yeah, he'll eventually end up at Liverpool at some point, Bazunu Torre, if he does well. Sorry, Eddie Jordies, but not. But yeah, he'll end up eventually at Liverpool if he has a good development pathway in terms of Bazunu Torre. Just the way of the land. Obviously, Liverpool Kings, English Kings of Europe in terms of six Champions Leagues, of course, and 20 league titles. So yeah, not too bad. After losing Gordon Tonali, Newcastle will be they have to sell, chat, don't they? The mad thing though, before we go on air for the second comms today, chat, was did you see? Looks like I've seen reports or links again of Creepy being linked now with Tottenham. Like, where have they found all this dough, Tottenham? Yes, they do generate a lot, especially if they have any more Beyonce concerts that will make an absolutely even more fortune, or more NFL concerts as well. It's a big money maker, and that's why it's vitally important that Liverpool, of course, that's the whole point of Liverpool expanding Anfield and being able. I think it's amazing for, most importantly, not just for Liverpool, but for the city as well. Like, obviously, Manchester being Manchester, like, obviously, the venues that Manchester does have in terms of bringing the money into the city, I think it's vitally important that Liverpool, of course, we've got the M&S Bank Arena now, or whatever it's called now. It's been changed a couple of times, but obviously, that's not obviously on a size capacity of obviously Anfield or even the Hill Dickinson Stadium. So it's good, more money into the city, and especially if it goes towards Liverpool's pockets at the end of the financial year, then yeah, it's, so the more concerts at Anfield at the end of the season, the better, really. Just got to make Anfield a bit more bigger as well, and accessible, and yeah, it's good. So obviously it was Taylor Swift last season, or whenever that was anyway. If it was last year, or I think if anyone went this season, the end of the year, was Food Fighters and Chat. Who was the other concert if you went? There was another one. Someone else was on anyway, but it was Food Fighters and something. But Pink or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, it's good. It's going to benefit Liverpool basically, which is always good. Going to isn't Trossard? Yeah, obviously Trossard's leaving. Chat, any bit of a mad one, in all honesty. But fair enough. Trossard won the Premier League, and they must have threw a load of dough at him. I think, especially for him to just depart at the end of the season. But he must have got wind that they might be bringing in. I think now that's why I do think, chat, don't be getting too excited with Bradley Barcola. I think the majority of us have all said he'll probably end up at Arsenal. Barcola, if he is to leave, I think Arsenal will go big for Barcola. Speaking of concerts, there's one here. Apologies, chat. Who is that? And I do apologise for the older generation. I bet it's a legendary band. And who is it? I have to rewind that. That's who was it? Tom Cochrane. Life is a Highway. It's basically the Cars theme tune, innit? Anyone that has seen Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. Bloody hell. But yeah. So, good statistics there from Laura Rhodes, as always. She was saying he's had more 30 odd million streams on his Spotify. Go ahead, lad. Go ahead, fella. So yeah, there we go. Certainly does out when you like basically got a concert at like it's an absolute pure rave going on within these stadiums as well. So go ahead, lad. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, chat. So yeah, plenty of left wingers out there. So yeah. Don't be getting too excited, chat, about obviously Barcola. I think he'll be going to Arsenal, sadly. But yeah, any chance to have a concert in America as well, go ahead, the lads. But yeah, the concert has finished. It's going to be mad on the final on this, like the World Cup, innit? They'll probably have a concert every drinks break. Just obviously, I think it's the halftime show that they do in the NFL, don't they? That's huge, not just for the artists or the singers and that, but obviously the advertisers as well. Everyone just pays so much money just to get your advertising slot in there. But yeah, Switzerland. I think Sau's just come on. Gonna Xhaka on the halfway line. And we are underway here, chat. There we go. We are back underway. There we go. We are into the second half. Hopefully have a bit more excitement, certainly in the second half, for both sides. Fusera there. And Doi. Colombia only conceded one goal. Isn't too bad. Tournaments. Do you not like it, Mark? I thought you'd like it. Can't tell. What do you mean? I might incorporate one into the new season, lad. Have pyrotechnics and everything in the new. Clearly not. Yeah, probably will force a move. Barcola. Enjoy. Ball to the penalty box. Over the bar. Big opportunity missed for South of Switzerland. The new substitution found himself at the far stick. He just slipped at the worst point there. I think it took him certainly by surprise. The ball just went through everyone's legs in that Colombian defence. Just couldn't quite divert that on target. Granit Xhaka. Down the left. And Doi needs to get his head up. Drop of the shoulder. Little give and go. Is that going to be a penalty? And Doi's gone down. Referee's waved it away. Of course, there will be a VAR. And the ball's gone out here. So there's going to be an inquest into the foul. It's going to be getting checked anyway. Let's have a little look on this on the second replay. Little give and go. Oh, I tell you. Yeah, I think he's tried to con the referee there. Yeah, referee's waved it away. Was checked. And the referee's saying that in Doi. Good decision by the referee. Yeah, try to remember done so. Do drop a like on the video as well. You're watching on X. Head over to the YouTube channel. Plenty of shows on the horizon, especially about Liverpool as well. Pretty much post-match shows and your daily Liverpool news shows as well. And a Xhaka ball to the left-hand side. Rodriguez. Munoz being under a fair amount of pressure there. Why has Sanchez not played Suarez there? He's got Diaz to his left. Centre half still going forward. Excuse me. What's the hell? Oh dear shit. Yeah, ball down the left. But it was a big missed opportunity there. The Galatasaray centre half needed to release the Colombia forwards. He's back up on his feet now, Munoz. James Rodriguez ball in. Arias missed that millimetres away. And there's going to be a booking for Munoz, or is that to Granit Xhaka? Or one of the lads anyway. Referee's just distributed. I'll find out for his little second here chat. Oh, bit naughty that from Granit. Sunderland versus Crystal Palace on that challenge. He's left. It's classic Sunday League. You've left one on him there, lads. I'll tell you what, if that was a bit more high up the leg, that would have been a straight red. But one thing that did save Granit Xhaka there was it all was on his foot, on his lower onto his boot, and not his shin really. Rodriguez getting a bit of support here. Ball in. Rodriguez. Zakaria picked up a bit more of a central position on this occasion. That's going to be a free kick for Switzerland. Great work by Reader there. Done really well to draw it in the foul from Sanchez. Just a little shift of his right boot there, pivoting away from the centre half. And yeah, classic. Great attacking work there. But typical Sanchez foul there. But yeah, free kick here, 25 yards from goal. Left hand side of Colombia's penalty box. Favours a right footer. As we see with Messi a couple of hours ago, hitting the post from 40 odd yards. So it'll be fascinating for that. Oh, side netting. Side netting there from Ryder. Thought that was in for a split second there, as did a lot of people in the ground. Yeah, just hadn't quite got the... Just needed a bit more whip on that, and it would have flew into the top left corner. Such a difficult angle, really, especially for a left footer. Had to bend it out and around the wall. What are you checking here? Don't know what they were checking there. But long search ball for Colombia again. Nothing too much on it. Ozzy James Rodriguez, 34 years old now. I think he just signed for Minnesota in the MLS. So he played 2 seasons for Leon, and then it was for 7 games at Rayo Vallecano, and then it was 2 seasons at Sao Paulo. Since he's left Everton, he's been very busy moving many clubs. And he's been to Olympiacos, El Rayad, Sao Paulo, Rayo Vallecano, Leon, and then now in the MLS. Zakaria. Cleared by Colombia. So Scotty, you've got that option there to go long, especially Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz or Suarez to run onto the end on the end. Hopefully we get a goal, Mark. Hopefully, mate. I do think if there was going to be a goal scored in the next 5-10 minutes, I do think it will be Switzerland. Just haven't really seen too much of Colombia's attacking firepower that they do possess. That's what Luis Diaz was just appealing for his teammates there, just to say, just come on. Yeah, Mark. Don't be worried, mate. Football will very quickly conclude. Only a couple more weeks. And it'll be Liverpool. Non-stop till the end of May. Right there. Down the left-hand channel. Put out there, Sanchez. And Doi is down. Give and go. All over the top. Munoz. Ball forward there now. Arias. Rodriguez. Ball in behind. Trying to find Suarez. And Munoz. Oh, shocking clearance by the Dortmund goalkeeper. Got away with that big time. It sprung a counter-attack for Switzerland. They've overloaded here at the top end of the pitch. Colombia, and it was just a poor pass selection there by Frole. Zakaria down the right. He's approached the hour mark. So, couldn't quite get that right crossing on that angle. Heavy touch by Diaz. Is that going to be a yellow card for Zakaria? I think it will be on Diaz. And it will be. Right decision by the referee. It's going to be a very long game now. Got another half an hour against Luis Diaz on a yellow card. As we've seen in many occasions for Lucho for Liverpool. It'll just be a tireless work now. Just getting down that left-hand side and just trying to get a second yellow card for Dennis Zakaria. Lucho so far, not tuning in for the first time, been a bit quiet. Compared to if you are asking a Bayern Munich fan or a Liverpool fan. But as we've seen down the years, Lucho, give him one big opportunity, he'll take it. Ball down the left-hand side. Luis Diaz to the far stick. A Travella cross. Still got it. Diaz! Shot on target. Just about enough there. And Luis Diaz turned to a cheerleader, getting the Colombian fans involved. Go ahead, lads. Hang on, who's getting booked here? Referee, what are we doing here? Suarez getting booked, sorry. Is he? Diaz, unless he's just giving verbals to the referee off camera. Oh no, there we go. Just seeing that now. Yeah, he pulled down Coble, which is rightly so. You're getting a yellow card for that. I don't even get why he's here. Can't be appealing that, lad. Read that. Ball forward. Long searching ball. Pumped ball forward. Luis Suarez backing into Akanji. Got to be careful there, the former City man. And but it is certainly yeah. Ball watching there, Akanji. Colombia down the left-hand side. Luis Diaz. Alias need a bit more of an inside underlap and run there. Colombia down the left. Can he get a cross in? They have done. Cleared by Ovedi. Tried to keep it in there, but it's going to be a Colombia throw-in. A quick throw-in there. Ball into the box. Flick round the corner. Just about offside there. Tell you what, that would have been tight, that. I think it was anyway. Valderrama. Ball forward. Suarez couldn't just quite control that. Suarez! Block shot there on the Sporting Lisbon forward. Tell you what, some block on that. Why is he looking at the ground? No foul there, but there's some block going on in there. No, it looked like it was a block. No, it was just an awful finish. Yeah. Looking at the ground, that was him. He completely missed the ball there. Oh yeah, looking at the ground, that was you, Suarez. Yeah, given the amount of goals he has scored in the Portuguese league, you'd expect him to at least hit the target on that occasion, but he's just done enough to Switzerland players. That's why I thought there was a block on there from Akanji. Yeah, Mark, it is. Getting very heated, as you said there, bud, for both teams. But certainly will get a bit heated if it was in the quarters, if it is Colombia versus Argentina. Probably expect a lot of bookings in that game. Diaz, Mexica, not the great. He's been really poor there down the left-hand side, Mexica, when he's gone forward. The Colombia left back. He's a lad with a lot of pace, full of energy, but at the minute hasn't quite produced that much-needed cross. And there's a player gone down there, over there. Was there a foul there? Yeah. I think he was appealing. Diaz had hit him in the mouth anyway, but Diaz was saying nothing too of it. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at this from Diaz. Oh, behave. Over there. Didn't even touch him. He's just trying to push him off there, Luis Diaz. But he's trying to just get his... On here, James Rodriguez coming off. Is at the final time. You will see him this tournament. Campas coming on and Quinteros coming on. The fellow was saying at half time, chat. Very good technical footballer. Quintero, sorry. Yeah, Quintero coming on. He's a lad that likes to have the ball, dribble. Very good, agile attacker. It'll be fascinating, though, chat. Colombia have gone a bit more man for man, a bit more high up the pitch. It's going to be fascinating how these substitutions do impact the game as well, though. Ball in behind here. Kanji. Zakaria. No foul. Referee said play on for Colombia. Need to get their heads up. There's a Switzerland player down. Fair play to Colombia. Putting the ball out there. And Bolo been very, very quiet. Switzerland so far tonight. He's appealing with the referee. Didn't see too much of it really. And he's having a little bit of beef there. And Bolo with someone. I think there's a hydration break going on here. But yeah, just looking at that opportunity. Sanchez and Mbolo saying that he did stamp on him, but I don't think it was wasn't intentional. So, Thursday chat. France versus Morocco. That's going to be some game, so we'll be covering that one. So in terms of Saturday, Norway versus England, we'll be doing that one, of course. Covering all the games, really. So we'll be back for, obviously, France, Morocco. Obviously, Friday will be Spain, Belgium. Norway, England, that'll be at 10 o'clock. And then Sunday, oh, bloody hell. Is the Sunday game at 2 o'clock in the morning? So that's going to be either Argentina versus either Switzerland or Colombia. So the winner of tonight. So big games on the horizon. So Campos got the tactical board out there. So hydration break. Lerma as well. Just putting an absolute shift. Lerma. Palace midfielder. Former Bournemouth midfielder as well. Hydration break coming on here. Mohain coming on. Yeah. He'll be replacing Rodriguez. Would have been very, very surprised if Rodriguez lasted any longer, really. So Rodriguez off. Time coming on number 2. So 20 minutes left here, chat. Is there going to be a winner? Hey, Jürgen. How are we, lad? Yeah. Having a ships. Go ahead, lad. Probably a bevy as well. Enjoying his well-deserved time off. But he'll be the new German manager very soon, chat. Don't be worrying. And we'll all be supporting Germany, won't we? For Jürgen and Flo and the lads. That's going to be a free kick for Munoz. Fallon. Enjoy there. Doing well there, the Forest forward, just getting away. Been a very interesting battle, to say the least. Down that left-hand side. Ball into the box by Switzerland, away by Sanchez. Oh! Tell you what. Hopefully Kobel's okay. There's a stoppage in play here. Yeah, Mbolo, sorry. I think it is. Vargas in the Colombia goal. He was entitled to come out for that, the Colombia goalkeeper. But hopefully Mbolo, yeah, he's the knee into the back. It's not intentional from either of the players. But yeah, hopefully Mbolo's okay, because he took a big whack into the back of his into his back there. So yeah, Mbolo's up and good. So yeah, I think also the referee was saying to Mbolo he's got to come off the pitch because he's had some form of medical treatment, I think. Yeah, so yeah, thankfully, Mark, both of them are okay. Goalie and Mbolo. Good to see. Good to see both lads back up. Because that did look a lot more nastier than it was. Oh no. Oh well, a bowler's been allowed still. Fair enough. He didn't get any. It was the Colombia medical team that was actually on the pitch. Confidence from Lucho. Couple of kicky ups. Ball forward. Luis Suarez chasing down. I tell you what, Kanji Kobo. I don't know why he's not collected that. Picked that up in his own box. Quintero been quiet since he's come on. You can hear it. Ball in. Campas, what's he doing? Was just in an offside position there, but the overplay from Colombia, big time there. Luis Suarez, I think he just could have turned on that and drove with the ball at that Switzerland defence, but too much of an overplay. That pass was offside. Strong challenge by Lerma. Let's have a little look. Don't think it was too malicious, but just completely missed. I'll tell you what. He went through the man and then the ball, but yeah. Always going to be a free kick in today's football. Ball in. Awful pass by Lerma. Yeah. Chat will be live a bit later as well. Or if not tonight, it'll be certainly early tomorrow morning. Quintero, lovely ball. Diaz just hasn't got many opportunities this afternoon to get on the ball and really drive with it. Enjoy to Vargas. Thankfully, Colombia fans can have a bit of a sigh of relief there. Looked like initially it was a bit of an underhit pass, but it just had enough legs on it to go all the way to the goalkeeper, who very gratefully cleared his lines. There's going to be a free kick. Foul by Campas. It's a foul on a Kanji. Yeah. Campas. Yeah, if you haven't already checked out the latest short as well, chat, if you can drop a like on that video as well, be very much appreciated, everyone. See, I put that. Yeah, do drop a like and check that short out there as well. Just a little post-match reaction of Argentina. Here's us Egypt. Do drop us a like on that. Watch that as well after the full time whistle here if you haven't already done so. Ball onto the box, cleared. Ball to the far stick, cleared by Munoz. Porter too deep of a cross, that. Too deep of a cross. And there we go. Mbolo. Ball to the far stick. Not the greatest across, in all honesty. Come on, lads. Get a goal here. Get a couple of goals with Sport in the last game. Munoz. Sanchez battling with Mbolo. Bit feisty, that one from both of the players. Sanchez trying to get a couple of yards further forward. Referee's having a word with Mbolo. Shaking hands now. Nothing really. So 10 minutes left to go. There's a foul by Munoz. Tell you what, both benches are absolutely going at it, really. Not with each other, but every decision that gets given from the referee, they're all rushing off the bench. Rios coming on, Benfica midfielder. Double sub. Rios coming on. Long searching ball. Nice. Colombia. Diaz has gone down. Zakaria. Nice one there, chat. Much appreciated one. Just checked on the short there. Legends. So check that short out if you haven't already done so, Reds. Even a full time. Let us know your thoughts on the back of that Egypt game. This is Argentina. Fuller. It's going to be the two double substitutions to Colombia now. Rios is coming on. I think that's Hernandez, is that coming on as well? Liam is coming off. For Rios, certainly. Yeah, Hernandez coming on here. Luis Suarez coming off, chat. It was a bit of a quiet game, in all honesty, hasn't he? But Liam off, Suarez off, Rios and Hernandez. Ball into the box. It's going to be a corner for Switzerland. Yes, Gauss. We got away with it last night, didn't we? Well, yeah, probably be in the morning, chat. If we go another half an hour, certainly be here. We'll have a new show tomorrow morning anyway. About 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning anyway, chat. No weird pod. I get it scheduled in anyway, so. Counter attack. For Quintero. Oh, nearly an exquisite ball. He's punched it away there, Cobo. And he's in an offside position there. but a big opportunity for a counter-attack. And they've fluffed the lines, Colombia. Not what they needed there at all. Long searching ball. Tell you what, they were onside there. That's a poor decision by the lino there. Very quick to get his flag up. He looks like he was in an onside position for me there. Yeah. Already. And Bolo. Already. Can pass. Ball there. Down the left. Diaz on the counter-attack. It's an opportunity for if you can find him. Munoz. Obviously, Munoz, it's not the fullback really we've seen on many occasions for Crystal Palace. Obviously, for Palace, he had more license, especially under Oliver Glasner, didn't he? But he's been a bit limited here so far tonight for Colombia. Hasn't been his usual attacking self, where he's overlapping and underlapping and going forwards and causing absolute carnage. Campas. Referee said nothing of it. Play on. Sloppy. Yeah, it's going to go on for another half an hour here, chat. Oh. Get your beverage ready. Because I think it will be needing to have at least penalties to settle this game. Sanchez. He's down here. He's punching the ground. Davinson Sanchez. Mbolo. I think he's coming off here for Switzerland. 4 minutes left here. Why am I coming on, sorry. There's a card here off, which is understandable given that he's on a yellow card and he's been one of the most hardest working players for Sunderland. Switzerland. But yeah, and Bolo's off. And Hunter's brought down Akanji. Bit of a rash foul there on the former City man. Probably expect another 8 minutes added on, if I'm being honest, chat. After we played out the remainder of the 3.5 minutes left. There's going to be... Looks like both teams are just content with going into extra time, really. Quintero. Down the left. Luis Diaz. Ball into the box by Diaz. He's appealing for a foul there, and the referee said nothing of it. And Doi, he's saying that Campas has dived. Let's have a little look on the replay. So it's a Diaz first time he's actually got a ball into the penalty box with real quality. Yeah, not enough that from Campas. Yeah. And no foul there for me for him. Xhaka. Minute left. Isn't. Yeah, it is, Mark. Plenty of them. Last roll of the dice for both teams here. Rios. Oh, is that going to be a penalty for Switzerland? I felt that should have been a penalty. It's been absolutely taken down there. That should be a penalty to Switzerland. The ball's not gone out of play or stopped here, chat. I tell you, I need to see another replay, but from my first view on that, completely missed the challenge, and there's going to be 5 minutes added on. Bit surprised by that one, even being honest. Throw her down there. Colombia going forward. The game's opened up here for the first time for a while here. Both teams, a lot of fatigue. Tired minds, tired legs. Oh, wide there. Enjoy. Couldn't quite get that on target. But they're going to be checking a penalty here. Let's have a little look. Enjoy. I need to see the other replay on the other foul as well. But still haven't got a replay of the other foul from before. I tell you what, that's a penalty for me from a foul by Sanchez. The foul on Ridder, that has to be a penalty for me. It's getting... Vargas has come on, yeah. Yeah, nothing given there, chat. I think you've got away with one there, Colombia, if I'm going to be honest. With Vargas on. Yeah, big up there, chat. Oh, tuning in for the first time tonight. I haven't missed too much, of course. Not many big opportunities from either side. Diaz been very, very quiet. Well, it's going to be fascinating if we are going to be... Looks like we will be going into extra time. Tired legs, certainly for both sides. It's going to be fascinating who's got the fresher legs going into the... Looks like an extra time period. Or is there going to be a winner for either side before... Yeah, we'll find out. But it felt like teams have been playing for penalties 20 minutes into the game anyway, but you certainly do need to get the fresher legs on. And obviously Granit Xhaka just saying to Vargas there, he needs the fresher legs, and Xhaka just imploring with his teammates to run into that central area of the pitch. It's going to be a corner for Switzerland. 2 minutes left of extra time. 2 minutes left. Midder. There'll be an outswinger for them. Referee's saying, he's saying 2 more minutes to go. No more of that. It's a corner for Switzerland. Ball in. Away by Sanchez. Diaz. Possible breakaway. Did get the first point of contact, but just couldn't quite get that ball under control. But Switzerland going forward here now. Widmer. He's appealing for a corner. And it's going to be a goal kick for the fullback. Big up there, Jav. Still no. Mego Pence. Messi playing well. Yeah, you had a bit of a quiet game, Jav, apart from the back end of the game, mate. Yeah, just a very interesting game, to say the least, mate, for both sides. But, again, when you got the quality of Messi, obviously getting the assist and the goal as well, he had a good game. Eventually, obviously, Romero, it was vital that he got that first goal, in all honesty, chat. But just Egypt couldn't deal with the overloads at the back end of the game. Definitely saying going to be added on time. We kicked to Colombia. But yeah, big up there, Jav. Hope you're well, mate. And that is an end to the 90th minute period. And we are going to be having extra time here, chat. So yeah, get your beverages, get your scran. Probably pitch your tents as well at this stage. Wouldn't surprise me if all of them missed all the penalties. They're just the way this game has been. But yeah, that is going to be extra time very, very soon anyway. Yeah, chat. In terms of the stats-wise, obviously still 0-0, sadly, for us neutrals. Let's have a quick look, update the stats here. But in terms of the overall lack of their quality, chat, obviously very evenly split possession-wise. Nothing's too much changed. Obviously 52% for Switzerland and Colombia for 48%. In terms of XG, probably one of the lowest games we've had of the tournament so far. And both teams really failing. Obviously, XG for Switzerland 0.30 to Colombia's 0.40. Yeah, 0 shots on target for Switzerland in the second half. 1 shot on target for Colombia. And that come through Luis Diaz, and that was on the hour mark as well in the 60th minute. So, yeah, we've only had 1 shot in the second half. Bit mad, in all honesty. Yeah, not the quality that we were hoping for, but you never know. It's going to be who deals with that, the energy, really, in terms of what the substitutions do, in terms of really kicking on, allowing either Switzerland or Colombia that bit more time and space, and just dealing with the conditions, most importantly. But yeah, and concentration levels as well. But I think even with, again, another long period to be added on, another half an hour to play here. But I think if you ask both managers, if you ask both sets of players, they'll be like, yeah, just get us the penalties really. But you never know. It's going to be fascinating how the extra time does unravel for both sides as well. But I think in terms of, for all of us, I've been very disappointed. I think even Colombia fans just haven't seen enough from Luis Diaz this afternoon. Maybe we might see a lot more in the extra time as well. But when you look at we see James Rodriguez going off on the 66th minute, Suarez going off with 10 minutes left to go. Yeah, just looking at some of the statistics for Lucho Diaz, a lot of his work very defensive this afternoon as well. You're looking at it, accurate passes 17 out of 21, 81% passing accuracy, shot accuracy 1 out of 1. Says Everton really in terms of only given Luis Diaz 1 shot in the whole of the game. Get him on the ball, try and get him to create a lot more than he certainly has as well. Accurate long balls, 3 out of 3. Defensive contributions, ground duels 1, 4 out of 9. Certainly at aerial duels 1 out of 2. So yeah, he's put 4 ground duel tackles, well 9 in total, but only winning 4 of them. That just goes to show, I think, not even without not looking at the defensive contributions of both teams, very, very to and fro really, but lacking any real punch for both sides as well. So yeah, of course, if you missed today, obviously Argentina did win their game. Certainly, it was a very good game, not unlike what we've seen this afternoon. But yeah, it's the positives and negatives when that's the beauty of football, isn't it, chat? But of course, there was a much more better, higher caliber teams out there a bit later on today as well. But VAR, we're sleeping on that as well. But yeah, playing well. He had an alright game, Jav, in all honesty. But yeah, Egypt shot themselves in the foot in that second half. They had the game there and won, but just switching off in the big crucial moments in that game. And we are going to be underway for the start of extra time here. Quintero on the halfway line. As of yet, I don't think there's been any changes in extra time for either of them. I think they more or less probably have utilised all their substitutions. So yeah, all the way back from Quintero to Sanchez. And getting back on here now, a big half an hour of football for both teams. But nice one, chat to everyone for tuning in this evening, this afternoon, wherever you are watching or listening around the world. Going into the quarter-final stages after this final last 16 clash. And that is a foul on Luis Diaz, who's rolling round. And Vidmet was a foul, but don't think it warrants the 20 rolls by Lucho, but we move. Let's have a little look. Yeah. Playing to the referee there, Lucho. But so try your best to get a bit of a sporting advantage in these big games. Ball into the box, cleared. That's going to be a penalty. That should be a penalty for Colombia. That's certainly got to be a penalty. Crazy defending. I think it was by Granit Xhaka. I think it's Hernandez that's gone down. Or Quintero. Need to see another replay on that. A better angle. That's it. I tell you what. That's got to be a penalty. We said that 5 minutes ago, didn't we? Oh, and there wasn't one. Got the first touch on that. Campas. Yeah, Campas looks like he's been brought down here, chat. They're going through all the replays, everyone on side. And it looks like they're not going to be given that one either. Yeah, check complete. Wow. Referee just doesn't want to go today, does he? But Moinheim, chat, what are we saying on that? Is that a foul for you? For me, that, I said I would have given both of those fouls in the last 5-10 minutes, but nice one there, still, for Brazil. All the players are locked at the World Cup. PSG are working overtime behind the scenes for Akalush. Has already given the green light to pass. Fair enough there, still. I know he's been one player that I know a lot of Liverpool fans have had a little look at. You know, negotiations remain underway. Big moves. Yeah. Now, there's got to be a yellow card. And it will be for, I think, Sanchez there, former Tottenham. He's looking a bit bewildered. You've just brought him down there, fella. Yeah, I tell you the vote. It's give it another 5 minutes, chat. There's gonna be as you called it before, didn't you? You said there's gonna be a couple of yellow cards and red cards going off. And yeah, very animated. I tell you what, I like that chat. That's a nice little Colombia top, that, isn't it? Is that training top? The white top with the Colombia colours on the shoulders. Probably costs about 200 quid, that, but nice. It's Adidas as well. Anything Adidas too. It's really nice. But yeah, this though. That possibly could be another player that might be off the list for Liverpool's recruitment team. I said I haven't watched too much of them, but I know the Liverpool fans out there that do great work in terms of analysing and crunching the numbers. Certainly been one on not just a list of many Liverpool fans, but a lot of teams. And someone got yellow cards. I think it was his assistant, the Colombia manager's assistant, and then the Colombia manager going berserk. Yeah, Campas. He's been a bit of a live wire, hasn't he, since he's come on. Colombia's number 21. That was a foul on Vargas. Yeah, it's just breaking up a play here, chat. Challenges going left, right, and centre. To tell you what, it's a bit naughty. That's a knee in the back there. Yeah, that's right. It's a knee in the back there. That'll be painful in the morning. Well, Vargas, get up, lad. Referee's got to keep a tab on it now. Can't allow this game to unravel. Vidmet, ball down the right. Good overlap and run from Vidmet. Switzerland going forwards. Another foul, but no, referee seen nothing of it. So, this will be a goal kick for Colombia. Switzerland manager just looking in disbelief of probably what he's seen. Sanchez. Oh, lovely touch by Campas. Lovely play. Lovely diagonal switch for Diaz. First time Diaz has got a bit of space ahead of him and he's miscontrolled the ball. So it'll be a corner kick. Good defending by Vidmet. But just a poor. And you can see from his frustration there, Lucho. Just couldn't quite get that second touch to get away from Vidmet. Unlike Lucho. So, Colombia loading the penalty box with all the big lads. Ball in off the bar. And he got away with that. I think it was Kuma. A big opportunity there from Colombia off the bar. It's a powerful header. He still got it though. Oh, Quintero couldn't quite get that ball under control. And there's a breakaway here now for Switzerland. And there was, but it's a poor ball. But as this game does go into the latter stages, Takumi, yeah, big header that. Big opportunity. Just couldn't quite get the direction on that header downwards. Rios. Going to be a goal kick. But yeah, certainly give Colombia a bit more confidence now. But the later this game does go on, the more space will be available for both teams. More tired legs, tired minds. Game's going to be opening up. Yeah, it's a foul there. Hitting the sloppy foul. Campas. Kanji coming out quite wide there to defend that passage of play. Sanchez. Lovely ball by Puerta. Campas. It's been a live wire for them. Shots on target. Oh, what a save! Unleashed an absolute rocket with his left boot there from Campas. He's certainly come alive since he's come on. And that ball was moving. And it was a bit of a strange save in the end by Coble, but it done the job anyway. But the ball was moving. Ball into the box. And it's going to be a foul on the Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper. I'd say, well, what a strike that was. From Campas. Yeah, just punching it away. Well, at the end of the day, as long as it stops going into the back of the net. But a bit of a strange save selection, but done the job eventually. It's the main thing. I think Switzerland might have just one more. Yeah. One more sub left. We'll find out. Xhaka. Can't be losing the ball there, the Sunderland man. Ball out to the left. Vargas been a bit disappointing since he's come on. And there's a foul on Vargas. He's a lad with a lot of pace. A lot of guile. Just being a bit quiet since he's come on. And it's going to be the final substitution, of course, with the extra time period. The teams do get an extra one. To the usual 5. That's 6 substitutions now for Switzerland. Amuzi coming on. I was going to say, is that the lads from Burnley? That's just come on. Yeah, Burnley. Switzerland! Big save by Vargas. Still alive. into the mix of the way by Sanchez. And he's just about. And the flag's gone up now, but the defence and goalkeeper didn't know too much of it. But Zaki Umadi coming on. Talk about big impacts from the substitution. But it's just couldn't quite get the right connection onto it. But it was a shot on target nevertheless. And Vargas parrying it to his left-hand side. Yeah, I was going to say that face. He was on side. But Zeki there. Now that's what you call a substitution impact. It's given Switzerland a bit more lease of life. A bit more of a boost. Got a minute left of the first half of extra time. Ball through. Vargas. Looks like Vargas has gone a bit more central. That's going to be a late foul. It's going to be a yellow card for Rodriguez's substitution. Yeah, he's been given a yellow card there. Muedi. Yeah. No complaint about that. In all honesty, yellow card all day. Switzerland's number 2. Muedi. But yeah, is there going to be any extra time of... Yeah, it's going to be 1. No more minute added on of first half period of extra time. Lovely ball to find Rios on the edge of the box to Diaz. Wow, just blocked. Just couldn't quite fall for Lucho. It's great defending by Switzerland. Doesn't matter how you block it, just get someone between man and ball. But Rios there for a split second looked like he'd done enough to squeeze the Bayern Munich man in there. Just hasn't got much energy left. Lucho. And Quintero. Yeah, he's spent there, Lucho. He's put absolutely everything into the game, as have all the players on the pitch. Well, yeah, referee just telling them all off there. He's saying no more of that. But the last corner from Quintero delivered a wicked ball in. Cleared at the front post. That's going to be half time of extra time. So no goal. But of course, we did have a bit of excitement when Colombia did ricochet the crossbar. That's certainly got to be the best bit of action that we've seen over the course of the 115 minutes or 105 minutes that we've had. Or 15 more minutes left to go in this game. So, chat, let us know if there is going to be a winner. Who do you think? Yeah, he did have Mark. Fair amount of room anyway, but yeah, big up there, Edisto. Good luck to this. Nice one there. So, nice one, buds, for tuning in. An absolute legend. Have a great night, everyone. And as I said, 15 more minutes to go. I do think this will be going to penalties. On chat, we'll have a Liverpool news show tomorrow morning anyway. So just keep your notifications on. If you don't get your notification, we'll be live at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Hopefully we have a bit more news coming out as well about the Reds. But yeah, bit surprised there's that much waiting round anyway. I'm pretty sure, surprised referee's just not gone to the penalty spot and said go again. But an important period now. Both teams getting the fluids in. Bit of a rest. The massages as well. For all the players. The huddle of Switzerland. Granit Xhaka giving it. I'm passionate speech to his team. Him and his manager. Yeah, probably Mark. Certainly, bud. But yeah, if you are tuning in, it's been a war of energy. Both teams putting absolutely everything into it, but really the final delivery for Colombia and Switzerland has certainly been lacking. We're going to get a winner eventually, and we are underway for the second half of extra time. Is someone going to be winning it just before penalties? If would be really harsh for either side, but that's football, like. Isn't. Sanchez, hitting, foul there. Goalkeeper's got it. Vargas. These shots. It's going to be a free kick for Switzerland. Sorry there, Charles, getting off on the graphic there. Switzerland. Takumi, ball forwards. Not the greatest of clearances. Passes really. Vargas. To Munoz. Rios. If there is going to be a winner for Colombia, I think it will come through a bit of brilliant play from Rios. Already. Switzerland, Xhaka, Marshall and his teammates, and Dooney, he fell for him there, so there'll be a foul on Colombia. Campas. So at this moment though as well, chat, you are thinking as a coach and certainly the players, who's going to be taking the penalties? Who's going to be stepping up if it is to be a deciding factor? Quintos. Hernandez shifting the ball to the left-hand side. Got a couple of options, but Switzerland getting many bodies in behind there. Quintero. Rios. Munoz. It's going to be a goal kick. We haven't seen him in that position. We see him for Crystal Palace in that area of the pitch, on the edge, on the byline, but just hasn't been pushed on as much. As we are used to in the Premier League, but already Luis Diaz and Hernandez going for that, but it was a fair challenge. So 10 minutes left to go here. Concentration levels have to be at absolute maximum. Yeah, it will be, Mark. It will be, lads. It certainly will be. Looks like it's going to be going all the way. Put all forward here now. Already. Wimmet. Again, not much movement for Switzerland at the minute. Hasn't been much movement for both sides, in all honesty. A ball switch to try and find Vargas, but Munoz happy to see his goalkeeper help him out there. Take a lot of the pressure off. Certainly. There's a bit of space here for Campas. If he can get that ball forward. Quintero, there's a foul on the attacking midfielder. Wanting to take that quick free kick there, Sanchez, but he's got a bit too ahead of himself. Diaz. Going to be a throw in to Lucho down the left, a quick throw in. Looked like a bit of a foul throw going on there, but referee said nothing of it. Diaz. It's a lovely ball to find Quintero over the bar. Couldn't quite get that magic left boot of his round that. Yeah, just it was a great run by Munoz. Great overlapping run. Opened up the space for Quintero, sorry. Usually in that position, does like to wrap his boot round it. Very technically gifted footballer. The Colombian attacking midfielder. Got away with that, Switzerland. Switzerland down the left, Vargas. To Vargas again. Ball in, cleared. But again, all the way to the halfway line. Vargas on the byline, down the left-hand side. Granit Xhaka over the bar. He had a bit more time than he expected, I think. And I felt he had as well. He's rushed that situation there. The Sunderland captain. Yeah, he just could have took a touch or maybe another one and really put his foot through it. Huge miss. But Argentina squad probably looking at both of these teams and going, I'll have a bit of that. Vargas. But probably likewise for Switzerland and Colombia. An hour and a half ago. Probably looking at a possible long search and throw Vargas appealing for a handball there. And the referee seen something and he's given it to a handball for the Burnley forward. So 6 minutes left to go here. And Booney. Long searching ball here for Akanji to defend. Can pass! Over the bar! Looked like he was in an offside position. But the whole Switzerland defence switched off. It was quick thinking by Colombia. Long searching ball. He left it, Akanji. And so did the left back there. Needs to be burying that. Needs to be sticking that into the back of the net. Not into the 5th row behind the goal. Oh yeah, and he had an option there. I think it was Rios to the left of him as well. If he he looked like in the end he did need it, but huge let off by Switzerland. Bizarrely just letting the ball bounce. Is that going to be a foul on Luis Diaz? It is. So there'll be another opportunity for Colombia to whip a ball in here. And Hernandez already. Yeah, it is. He's left his left boot there to bring him down. Cynical foul from the Gladbach centre half. And a little smile back to his teammates. We knew what he was doing. So it's going to be a free kick here from Quintero. Ball in. Sanchez at the far stick. Rios. He's kept it in. And a long searching punt forward. Switzerland just happy to get that up the other end of the pitch. But yeah. And there's a Colombia player down in the penalty area. Yeah, I was going to say, a Colombia player down. When you've got possession, just kick it out, lads. Yeah, it's cramp. You can understand. 117 minutes of football. Yeah. He's saying he's coming off. One more final change for Colombia. Colombia, number 3. They don't need a stretcher from Lukumi. He's had a solid game at the back. Yerry Mina. Oh, bloody hell. Remember him? Yerry Mina, the winds-up merchant. Especially if you are a Liverpool fan as well. Just loves to absolute cause carnage, doesn't he? Yeah. Yerry Mina coming on. And probably when you're thinking about penalties as well, he's quite good at penalties, Yerry Mina, believe it or not. Probably just going to come on and spend the next 2 minutes volleying everyone. Or could he get a goal? Yerry Mina's on in the place of Lukumi. Gonna shot it. No, give and go. Fuller. Gonna shot it. Ball in behind to find Vargas. Can he produce a bit of quality? And he's found Lucho on the edge. Cancelo now trying to find Diaz and Hernandez. Just a final touch there from Quintero. Couldn't quite keep it in. So a minute left to go here of extra time. Why is there an Argentina fan in the... Yeah, I was going to say, in amongst the Colombia fans? I'll say. Fair play. I was going to say, mate, you're going to be here a couple of days' time. If Argentina are playing Colombia, that's going to be a very, very good game, if it is to be the case. But a long way to go still to find out the winner of this game. There will be a minute added on. One more minute left. And then eventually we will officially know a winner after the penalty shootout, if it is to be that. I think we knew from 20 minutes into this game it was going to be this type of game, given the lack of quality at the final third for both teams. Ten seconds left. Long searching ball to find Endoy. Yanamina. He's dealt with it. And that is going to be penalties, chat. And that is it. Penalties it is. To get the winner from this game. We've had 120 minutes and we couldn't get a winner. So chat, get ready. So yeah. That is it. Penalties it will be. But now it's all about who's got that confidence. I think we remember a couple of nights ago where we did see, obviously, Paraguay beating Germany. Obviously, I think there was a lot of uproar after the end of that game for Germany in the German press. The fact that a lot of the German players looked like, from anyone that watched that game, looked a bit scared, a bit timid not to take a penalty. And certainly those nerves did filter in to obviously the penalty takers as well. But yeah, it's all going to be pressure. Who can handle it the most? Penalties, you can practice them, but it's a completely different thing when you are speaking about a possible in trading. Repetition. But when the pressure's on, and the whole of your nation is needing you to score, it's a completely different ball game, really. And so, pick a spot and go with it, really, and put your foot through it, and don't be leaning back. Don't be sending it into Rosed or the footballing gods. Well, yeah, you'd expect Lucho Diaz to at least take one. Yanamina, as I said, he's quite good on the penalties. Quintero, technical footballer as well. So there's going to be plenty more surprises in the next 10-15 minutes from either side, really. Well, chat, who are you expecting to win this now? Let's make a change to the graphic, so let you know what it is. Penalties. Move that over there. Oh, it is penny chat. Big up there, Avi. Oh, as well. Yeah. So I say blasted it over into Birkenhead, that, mate. That finish, mate. Wasn't it? But well, big up there, chat. Big up to everyone, and especially if you tuned in this late as well, and you've watched every single second. We're going to be getting some goals. Finally. Going to be from the penalties. Let's see. Yeah, Scott's saying possibly, mate. Jan Sommer used to be quite good on penalties as well, but we'll see. It's going to be the Dortmund goalkeeper. No. But yeah, penalties here, chat. You'd expect a Kanji. He's took a couple of penalties for City in a couple of the finals that they've had and shootouts. But yeah, fans are looking to the sky open that their team does win. Sanchez and Granit Xhaka, they are shooting towards the Switzerland end. I think the Sanchez having a little word with the goalkeeper there. Just to see who wants to go first or second, really. Which is a bit strange considering you are the captain, Sanchez. Yeah. That's the Colombia end. Yeah, so Colombia have got their end. Yes, looks like a wall of yellow. It's going to be Colombia for the first penalty. Quintero. It will be number 20. It will be to step up for the first penalty. The Colombia number 20. Come on. Quintero. That's some run up. That is some run up. Looks like he's running about 20 yards there with that one, but he's certainly going to be putting his foot through that. Usually a lad with a lot of technical quality. Run up. Outside the penalty box, the left footer. Quintero, 1-0. Went for the power and certainly got that. So it's 1-0 to Colombia on penalties, chat. It's the pressure. What pressure? And he loves that. See it. And Yeremina up to his old tricks here. There we go. Off camera, it looks like he was having a little word with a Kanji, apparently. So Granit Xhaka, Switzerland's captain, Sunderland's captain as well. And the Colombian end, the boos, the jeers, Granit Xhaka, all that experience. It's a big goal. I tell you what, keeper got a touch to that, but it just about squeezed in. It's going to be 1-1. And I'll be very thankful there. Vargas dived the right way. Oh, just didn't have a strong wrist there to keep it out. So about the power there from Granit Xhaka. It's what you need, at least if you're going to be putting it one side. You can't be just walking up to a penalty, as we've seen already in the World Cup on a couple of these games in the knockout phase. Coble now. Dortmund man. Going to be looking to at least deny Sanchez, the captain, number 23. Coble bouncing along his penalty line. Good to see goalkeepers actually do that. Try and put off the opposition. Don't see it too much in the modern game. Sanchez, off the bar. Yeah. Big opportunity missed by Sanchez. Certainly had the power, but lacked the execution on that finish. Oh, I tell you what. That's hit the bar and down there. Yeah, it's thankfully for Switzerland. It bounced off the line and out. Colombia have had the first big miss from the penalty spot from Sanchez. And Dooney now to put Switzerland with the advantage. 2-1 up in this penalty shootout. The Burnley forwards stepping up here now. Short run up. And it's a great penalty. Sent Vargas the wrong way. So advantage Switzerland 2-1. Now the pressure's on Colombia's third penalty taker. That's a great penalty, that. Short run up, but gives the keeper the eyes and sends him the wrong way. Confidence from the lads. And it will be Colombia's number 21. From Campas. Could have won the game for Switzerland. For Colombia, sorry. And he certainly got a goal there. Just sneaked under. Coble could have won. Should have won the game for Colombia. In extra time. Had a huge opportunity. But it just crept under Coble. But Akanji on the penalty spot. Switzerland's number 5. A deep breath to keep the advantage. Akanji over the bar. It ends up back in Switzerland, that penalty. But game back on now for Colombia. All level. Why is it? That's what happens when you get centre halves doing stuttering penalties. What's he doing? Aye. So 2 more penalties left for Switzerland, Colombia. So it's Hernandez to step up now. The forward, you'd expect him to score. Hernandez. Oh, big save by Coble. Sorry, the commentator. But a big save. It was a good height, really, for Coble. Now, Switzerland to get that advantage back. Oh, Hernandez looking to the sky in disbelief. 2 penalties missed for Colombia. The fans can't look. Itten, number 26 for Switzerland. Against Vargas. Itten, straight down the middle. Advantage now, Switzerland. There's pressure really on now. This next Colombia penalty taker. Yeah, the comfortable one. It looks like a good penalty. Anyone that goes through the middle. But Colombia need to score this 5th penalty. And Lucho Diaz is going to be taking it. Has to score. Lucho being very ineffective within the game. Luis Diaz. Good penalty. Good penalty. The little stut up, run up. So, Switzerland to win it. So the final decisive penalty falls at the feet of Vargas. Switzerland's forward to take Switzerland into the quarterfinals against Argentina. Can he do it? To get Switzerland into the quarterfinals. This goal will take them flying through. A deep breath from Vargas. And they're in. A big goal. Colombia eliminated at the hands of Switzerland on penalties. Finally, we got a winner out of this game tonight. But big celebrations. And that is full time here this evening. And that is certainly full time in this game. And that concludes the round of 16. And we are now into quarter-final territory for all these games. But chat, it was a long one, but certainly, thankfully, we got a winner in this game. But it will be Argentina versus Switzerland in the quarterfinals. Obviously, a lot of people did have Colombia to progress deeper into the competition. But, yeah, both sides, in all honesty, the final third lacking big quality. Obviously, big misses from Campas, for Colombia. Needed to bury that in the back end of extra time. Huge opportunity. Lucho's crying. Unlucky, lads. It was a big opportunity missed. But yeah, chat. Massive thank you to everyone that did tune in tonight. Look after yourselves. We will be live again tomorrow for a Liverpool news show, of course. Liverpool content tomorrow, and then we'll be back, obviously, for some of the, but if anything, news-relating breaks in regards to Liverpool, we'll be here as quick as we possibly can. Well, chat, thank you as always, everyone, for tuning in this evening. If you watched every single second of the games tonight, very much appreciated. Absolute legends. So, chat, we'll see you tomorrow. Obviously, hopefully we'll have a bit more news on the Liverpool front in terms of transfer news and everything. But there'll be plenty of shows tomorrow. If you are new around here, hit that subscribe button down below. And as everyone, look after yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow for a couple of Wednesday shows anyway. But chat, quarter-final territory and the big games. There's going to be a lot more of them now as well. But everyone, look after yourself, legends. And I'll see you tomorrow. To that.